So, we have the initial details on FIFA 19 fresh from E3, but as always, we don't have too much information about the career mode within the game. There are a couple of things that we know about that are new that will play a part within career mode, and one of them is the tactical options, meaning you can set up your team's play style in different situations, such as when you concede, the team can automatically press more if you set them to do so, and things like that. That'll be quite a nice small but valuable addition to the game. And obviously, I'd be remiss not to mention the Champions League license coming into the game finally. This is something I can't wait for, as it really brings a new sense of realism to the franchise, and it could provide a whole new level of depth in career mode itself. But considering we still have limited information on FIFA 19's career mode, here's what I'd like to see. Number 1 would be extra training slots. I've said this before, but it's something so simple which could really open up the longevity of the game, even if it's just separate training slots for your youth players. It would be nice to be able to grow your squad, grow more players, and really get a grasp on the development of your overall squad, rather than be limited to the 5 training slots you currently have now, which are for your first team and your youth players all in one. Doesn't really make sense. Number 2 on this list is a small cosmetic change that could bring a new sense of realism to the game. If you're like me, and you like to bring a club from the lower leagues all the way to winning the treble and being absolute world beaters, you might have noticed this. As a manager, you never get a pay rise within the club if you've started in the lower leagues. Can we please get better manager contracts for when you're signing on with the same club for repeat years? It doesn't make sense that you'd be on 10 grand a week when you're winning the Champions League. Also, the same within player career would be ideal. Pay rises and contracts are a big thing in the real world game, so let us experience that within FIFA. Next up is stadium expansion, something the game used to have if you remember the older FIFAs. As you grow a club, you should be able to expand your stadium and make it more relevant to your club's level. Yet again, this is a small change that could make all the difference in the role-playing aspect of the game. Honestly, after it gets to a certain year in FIFA, I sim most of the matches. I think quite a few people do this. Growing a club for me is one of the most rewarding parts of the game, not the actual gameplay itself in some respects, but I like to have that option to actually play the games if I want to. So adding more options to grow a club would only be a benefit to a player like me. Now this next point is something I've only thought of recently. I'd like to see player-manager relationships within the game. If you've worked with a player at a previous club and you've got on well and had no issues with them, you as a manager can then move club, and if you want to re-sign that player for your new club, there should be some sort of interaction based on your history together. A player could perhaps be more keen to sign for your club if you've had a good relationship in the past, and be willing to take less money or something to that effect because there's a trust there. And it could go the other way. If a player doesn't trust you and you've not given promised playtime in the past or had certain disagreements, he might not want to sign for you. So it could take lots more money to bring that player on board with the new club. Or in some cases, he just won't want to work with you again, and that's what you've got to deal with because you've not kept your promises in the past. That's a lot more realistic. If you think about manager reputation in the real world, a lot of players want to play for certain managers, big name managers. So if you've had a few good seasons, even if you're not at the most attractive club history-wise, players should want to play for you, and I think that would be something that would bring a new level of realism to the game yet again. A lot of realism in this wish list. Can you tell I like role-playing games? Last on this list is quite simple. Championship stadiums. Stop making me say it every year, EA. Just give some love to the championship. So that was my wish list for the career mode within FIFA 19. What are your guys' thoughts on it? What would you like to see within the new career mode, which I'm sure we'll all religiously play for another year? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to leave a like on the video. It's been a while since I've done one of these sort of videos, guys. They are my favourite kind of video to make. It's coming towards that time of year again. I'll be covering other games, I'll be covering the FIFA updates, just because World Cup fever, all that sort of thing. I enjoy making videos like this, so let's keep it going. But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, and keep watching right here on DexterityBox.